Hello and welcome to another video for Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, well, we're looking at something that's now very collectible. It's not overly that old, but it's certainly becoming harder and harder to find. We are looking at the 2008 release by Scale from their promotional series of James Bond 164 scale die-cast model vehicles, and these are the ones that came in the display case, as we can see in front of us. Now, this particular model we're looking at today is of the Lotus Esprit underwater submarine car, which featured in the hit Bond movie The Spy Who Loved Me, which starred Roger Moore as James Bond, and it was the 10th Bond movie in the Eon Productions series. And it was Roger Moore's third outing as James Bond, and he was joined by co-star Barbara Bach and Kurt Jurgens, and also Richard Kiel as the co-stars in the movie. Now, the movie was just over 2 hours. I think about 125 minutes. It aired, or was release date was July 1977. And it was basically about a megalomania called Carl Stomberg, who planned to destroy the world and create a new civilization under the sea. So James Bond teamed up with Soviet agent Anya Amasova, aka Barbara Bach, to stop Stromberg, all the while being hunted by Stromberg's powerful henchman known as Jaws, who was none other than Richard Kiel. Great big guy with metal teeth that had to be riveted into his mouth to play the part. The movie was well received. It was a fantastic movie. A lot of people's favourite Bond film of the Roger Moore era. A little bit of trivia. The budget for the movie was $13.5 million. And it grossed at the box office $185.4 million. So yeah, terrific movie and made a lot of money. Anyway, back to the point. This particular model is from the Scale 2008 series. Now, Scale produced a series of these mini models to celebrate the release of the new Bond movie at the time, which was the second movie to feature Daniel Craig, and it was The Quantum of Solace. And this set of vehicles, there was 5 in the series, were all produced to commemorate the famous vehicles in the Bond series of movies to tie in with the release of the Quantum of Solace movie. Okay, so this is the model in front of us. As you can see, it's in its own little display case. One thing I wasn't not overly happy about is the way that Scale they attached their paperwork to it, and they've taped it all the way around, so it kind of like ruined. You get all this stickiness on the covers with the sellotape that was holding the cover down, which is a little bit annoying, but you can get all those sticky bits off with just a little bit of lighter fluid. Usually does it, or electrical cleaner sprayed on there will actually wipe the stickiness off. But anyway, so this is the Lotus Esprit as appeared in The Spy Who Loved Me, and just behind the car you can see the an actual miniature movie poster of that said film. It's not really a movie poster, but it's graphics designed for this model, and it is based on the movie, all the images from the movie, and it says Roger Moore as James Bond 007, The Spy Who Loved Me. We'll have a closer look at that in a moment. On the back, well, they've got this sticker that's been stuck on the back of this with a barcode on it, so I think what we're going to do, we're going to remove the lid. Let's take the card out. Oh, there we go. So if I take let's just take it, right, okay, so I can take all that off, and then we've got a better look at the model here now, who's sitting on the plinth. Now, it is held in by a single screw, which we can remove. Actually, we'll remove it in a moment and have a look. But on the back, it shows you the 5 vehicles in the series. So let's just come in a little bit closer and you can see this. So you've got the Shell logo at the top there. It's 007 logo. And the vehicles in this series, you've got the Aston Martin DBS, which is obviously from the Quantum of Solace, the BMW Z3, the Alpine 5, that was from Dr. No. The Lotus Esprit Turbo, which was from the Spy Who Loved Me. The Z3 was from Golden Knife, I didn't say that. And then, of course, the the Aston Martin DB5, the original Bond car from Goldfinger. And you've got all the warning and copyright information at the bottom there, wrote in very, very small lettering. That's 2008, Dan Jab LC and Eon Productions Limited, Lotus and Lotus S3 registered trademarks of Group Lotus PLC, approved and licensed product, and so on. So that's all your copyright information for all 5 of these models. Okay, this particular, that just actually comes off actually. So there we can see the image there. So you've got an image of Roger Moore as James Bond and Barbara Bach as Anya. And there's an image of the submarine that was held in Stonyar's tanker, and the vehicle underwater, and there's Bond on his ski jet as he's going towards Stromberg's Atlantis home. Okay, so that's the car, and so these cars just pop into the back of the plinth there. There's some slots there for the car just to go in and be held in, so that's how it pops in. Here we have the model. Now what I'm going to do, there is a little screw on the bottom there, so I'm just going to undo the screw, and I'm going to remove the model so we can have a look at the model off of the plinth, and see, it's quite a long screw actually, and see how it looks. There we go. So that's the plinth. Let's move it out of the way, and there we have the model. Now it is a 1/64 scale. There's not a great deal of functionality on this. It does have 3 rolling wheels, so if I move the camera back a little bit, you can see that it spins along the floor quite nicely, and you can spin the wheels round. There's no other functionalities in it. It is a nicely little design model. 007 printed on the back number plate and 007 printed on the front. The bottom section is plastic. The top half of is die-cast metal. Even the windows on this one are die-cast metal because they're black, painted out. There's no plastic on the top. The plastic actually is just the bottom. The whole bottom section is plastic, and then you've got the wheels, which are well, I think the wheels are metal actually. And on the bottom there, it's got 007 Lotus E-Spirit, and you've got the Lotus logo on the bottom there. And there's another marking on there, which I can't quite see what that is, because that is smaller than the smallest small in the world. So I don't. Oh, there we go. TLC. They're probably the manufacturers of these miniature models, I would have thought. Okay, so let's get some measurements. So 1/64 scale is what these were. We were told these were. So which is just about 7 centimeters in length. Now, if you measure the widest part, which is with the thins out, we're looking at about 3.5 centimeters. And height-wise, well, we're looking at about 2 centimeters, maybe just under 2 centimeters, maybe 1.75 centimeters, I think, is the total height of this particular model. So it does look great on display. It looks much better on display than taking it off of the display plinth, in my personal opinion. I think it looks great on the actual plinth there, with the backdrop behind it. And if we cleaned up the cover, it would look great in the cover. So, but that's my opinion. But it's up to you, whatever you do with it. Now, these models weren't made for children. They were made as display models for adults to collect. Now, I don't particularly remember seeing these in the Shell service stations, and I use Shell service stations quite a lot. We're going 2008, so we're going back, what's that, 16 years. But I don't remember ever seeing these in the Shell service stations. So maybe it was only certain Shell service stations that had them. Maybe it was different countries that had them. I don't know. But yeah, I just do not remember them being. They may have been, or maybe it was certain parts of the country that had them, and because we're a London-based outfit, we never saw them. I don't know. But there we are. So I don't particularly remember them. Fortunately, we bought some stock from a closed down shop, and somewhere or other they had a couple of cases of these particular models, all assorted. So we do have the entire range available for purchase. But how these got into the shop, I've no idea, whether it was bankrupt stock or closed down stock or excess stock that was never given away or never sold by Shell, and they ended up in a specialist shop. I have no idea how they got there, but fortunately for us, they were there and were able to make these models available for you to purchase on the Midas Touch website. Okay, so don't remember them. I don't even know if you had to collect points to get them, or if you purchased them, or if you got a discount on them when you spent X amount of money on fuel, or whether you was able to have one free when you spent X amount of money on fuel. I've got no idea. Whether they gave you vouchers to collect them, not a clue. Although most of these models have price tags on them, so I'd imagine they were being sold by the service station rather than being given away with the fuel. Let's move forward 16 years to 2024, which is where we are now, almost 2025. Do these come up very often on the platforms? Well, occasionally you see them pop up on the platforms. I'm not going to say they don't. Generally, they have been opened and have been displayed. I remember these ones that we've got have never been out the cases. I've removed this one just so we can have a good look at it. But all of the other ones that we have available are all still sealed in the wrapping, the shrink wrapping. Have never been. I took the shrink wrapper off this particular one before we shot the video. But other than that, all of the others are still sealed in the factory wrapping. So a lot of what you see on the platforms have been opened, have been out, have been displayed, or what have you. So very, very few do you see now that are still sealed. So yes, they do come up occasionally, but again, it's all about condition and quality and availability. And of course, fortunately, as I said, we bought out those 2 cases. We had 2 full cases of these models, which we bought from a closed down shop. And so every single one, as you would expect from us, is in mint condition, and they are available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage James Bond items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful, wonderful miniature James Bond model with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.